In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to create a talking character in FaceFX Studio 2013. We're going to be using the free FaceFX Studio No Save Evaluation installer. So you can download that from FaceFX.com and follow along with this tutorial if you like. All the files that we're going to be using are in the samples folder. If you want to follow along with your own character, you can do that too. You'll just need to create your own character and have the poses set up. But right now we're going to be using the EXO character from Mixamo, and he's going to have his poses set up on various keyframes. These are the poses that FaceFX is going to use to animate the character. So on frame 10, we open the mouth. Now if EXO is a bones-based character, if you were a morph-based character, you'd do the same thing. Just on frame 10, you would key the morph targets required to open the character's mouth. FaceFX doesn't care if it's bones or morph. Just key whatever it takes, the bones or the morph targets, to create these targets. On frame 20, we've got the W pose. And now both these poses are relative to what's on frame 0, which is just sort of the reference pose, or the rest pose. And that's the character in the rest position. The eyes are open, looking straight ahead. He's in the T pose. And the bones that move relative to that rest pose are the ones that we're going to include in the bone pose and animate inside of FaceFX. You can see all of the bone poses that we're creating in this batch export text file. There's only 6 targets for the lip sync: open, W, SHCH, PBM, FB, and wide. If you create nothing but these 6 targets, your character can lip sync from an audio file. If he has a tongue, your character can you can create these tongue targets for your character, and the character will move his tongue from FaceFX. And then we have blinks, eyebrow raises, and squints, which can add some realism for the expressions, and then some head and eye rotations to finish off the animation. So you can see all of these poses on our character EXO, and he's going to go through them in the animation, and then we're going to export an FBX file. Now we're using Maya here, but the process is the same if you're using Max or XSI or Blender for that matter. You create the animation and then export the FBX file. Once we've got that, we're ready to load the character into FaceFX Studio. And so we're just going to import in the FBX file that's in our example, in our samples folder, by dragging the FBX file onto the preview tab. It's going to ask us for that batch export text file that we opened up before that has the bone pose, names, and frame numbers that we're going to use. And while that's importing, I'm going to show you that not only do we have the exo.fbx file, but we also had several animations in the form of exo at animation name.fbx. Now if you create your animations with that syntax, FaceFX Studio will automatically import those animations so that you can use them. So for example, this idle animation, we can then have the character idling while he's talking. And the question animation is a gesture that we can fire from the text file, and we'll show you how to do that too. And the only other animations are angry point, which is another gesture, and then the FaceFX poses animation, FaceFX underscore poses. That's a special name. If that animation exists, we're going to get those poses, the open, W, SHCH. We're going to get those poses from this animation file. And that way we can keep the mesh file separate from the animation file. And we can then update the animation very easily. We can even have FaceFX output a FaceFX poses file. And when FaceFX outputs an FBX file, it doesn't include the mesh data. So now we've got our character inside of FaceFX Studio. And to get him talking, all we have to do is drag an audio file onto the preview tab. So here's our audio files. We're going to drag mixamo.ogg. You can also see mixamo.txt here. And we're going to use that text file to help animate in a little bit. And so now we should have Mixamo, with this Mixamo character EXO talking to the audio file.
Welcome, my name is EXO.
Okay, so you can see we've got lip synchronization and head movements going on, but the character is still in his T pose. But because we have that idle animation correctly named, we can bring it in here in the preview animation and then loop it. So now he will be talking while he's idling for a more realistic effect.
Welcome, my name is EXO. You can buy more body animations for me from mixamo.com.
So that's great that he's talking and idling. If we wanted to add some gestures, let's say that question gesture or the idle gesture, we would just load up the text file that was analyzed along with it, and we would put in a punctuation mark like this ampersand here. You can buy more body animations. Now when he says more, we want him to perform this an animation, and the 05 is going to signify that we want it at half strength. Now we should see that event in here, this ampersand animation at that time. It automatically put it at the right time, and you can see the 0.5 magnitude scale got imported in. Now we just have to tell it what to do with this ampersand animation. We're going to double click on it, and what we're going to do is we're going to add an event for the question animation that was automatically imported. We select the event, and now we can change the settings around a little bit. We're going to make sure he has a blend in and a blend out time so there's no snapping. We can increase the duration scale a little bit to make the animation stretch out a little bit longer, and we can decrease the magnitude scale to make it a little more of a subtle gesture. Now when we go back to the animation, when he says you can buy more body animation, more is what I believe what he says, you can buy more body animations, he's going to do a little animation.
You can buy more body animations for...
So you can see that little arm gesture with the head-to-head movement as a result of that ampersand. And so we could continue animating with nothing more than the text file, just inserting in punctuation marks and then hooking them up to animations that we have for our character. And that's the FaceFX facial and body animation pipeline in a nutshell. Just drag your FBX file on with your poses, drag on an audio file, and then change the text file so that you can trigger certain body animations at certain times. We hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please download the No Save Evaluation installer and see if it fits in with your pipeline. We'd love to hear what you think. Thanks so much.